Hey everybody, it's Roland and Real from Complete Trader Academy with another daily review. Today is October the 11th, 2022. This is US 30, Dow Jones daily chart. We'll jump right into it here. So today we saw what happened, what we discussed yesterday. So this is today's daily candle. This is the new candle after 6 p.m. This is yesterday's candle. So we mentioned that we had that imbalance here. We said price would open up and try to come and rally and take out this high and fill up in this imbalance, which it did. Low range day again. So this is consolidating. They're preparing for the news this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we got a lot of FOMC news, meetings, minutes, and all that. So they're going to save the volatility for then. But yesterday we said that the price would come up and rally here. So what did it do? This is a classic shakeout. I call it a speaker. Sometimes it's called a speaker. So basically price opened up, came down, took out this low, used that as fuel because they knew there were, stops here, liquidity, and then price then rallied up and then took out the liquidity above here. So a little bit of confluence you had. Not only was this the high of the previous day, but it was also what created the imbalance, because this day the price could have came up and closed it, so it wouldn't have been a high confluence as it creating an imbalance, right? So that's what price did. Came up, took that out, then sank back down, and then they're just consolidating and waiting for the news so they can take their objective. Again, our objective is either it's going to go up or it's going to go down, right? I know that sounds like hindsight or general, but at the same time, that's what it is. That's the way the market moves. You don't know exactly what it's going to do. But if we had to use our educated guess with, technical analysis, we're going to still say that they're going to come up and still fill in this imbalance. Now, at the same time, I have seen many times where it would just, because all price needs to do is balance this imbalance, and by tapping it like this, that's sufficient. It technically did its job. It does not need to keep going any higher. Yeah, we have an imbalance here, right? But that could be saved for a later day, month, year even. You never know, right? So in general, recent liquidity, recent price balancing is what you're looking for. So, and then we're very close to the lows as well. So it's going to be a very interesting week. But as of now, I know that we're going to at least come up and take this out. So it was a shakeout. Took out this high, took out this low. Let's go into a smaller time frame real quick here. All right, it's the 15-minute chart. Check this out here. So price opened up right here. Now, when price opened up, what are you thinking? Well, we have engineered liquidity sitting here and sitting here. The reason why they bring price down and kind of consolidate and go sideways is because it's accumulating orders, right? So, and creating liquidity for future liquidity raids and orders, right? So price opened up, could have came up, could have came down. Well, it did both. So price rallied down, so broke here, came down, came up, broke again. So generally the goal would be to take out that previous low. That's the low of yesterday's candle. That's the low. Came down, took it. That was around 3 in the morning, London. Price rallied up, consolidated a little bit, but you can see that it was coming back into these demand blocks here. The wick of this demand block on a lower time frame, you'll see a full candle, but this is a wick. It's a 15-minute. So price came in and did not break this level, so that held. So price held with this demand block, kept bouncing up, and then you saw the rally, took a break. Once it broke this high and came back down, that's your classic resistance turned support, and then came back into a demand block. This 3 candles down, you can even include all these coming down. This is the demand block. So it got validated once it broke and went up and came back in. That's what validated this to be a demand block. Once it came in, then it rallied up more, came back, came up, took out the high of yesterday's candle, got into this imbalance as we mentioned. Price came back down, went into this demand block here, and then rallied up a little more. And price didn't keep going, but it did come back to balance price, take out all these buyers, and kind of come back to a more equilibrium again of price, meaning it's a 50-50, right? So then price kind of closed out, and this is where we're at. So go to a 5-minute time frame here, and then you'll see some more entry opportunities. This was that wick. Price kept bouncing on that, did not break it. Price came up, came back down into this block here, respected it, kept going up, kept going up. You could have been a buyer here as well. And then this was the candle that came back down, and you bought from there again as a demand block. And then here you could have caught this sell here as price came down, came back up, broke here. You're looking for a supply block here. Look at this. This is constant. This is how the algorithm moves. See that? Perfect. So could have been a seller right there, because the reason why you could have been a seller, besides it breaking structure, was you knew that it came in here and it did its job. So technically it could have just kept sinking, but this was a great sell. Price came down, came back in, right into this supply block, smacked it. Didn't close above or anything, just wicked. Body of the candle still there, broke down. You could have caught this nice all the way in back to this demand block. So is this going to hold? We don't know. But at this point, this is going to be a shakeout. So that's what's going on here. Price, in the middle of the night can come and take this one or take this one. You don't know. But as you see this speaker. It's like a speaker. And I'm giving you guys game right here. This is how I analyze. Look at this. So as you see, this looks like a speaker, right? So that's what price does. The reason why it looks like a speaker is because that's the only way the price can deliver without showing that it's manipulated. So price came up, took these highs. Price came down, took these lows. Price came back down and took these lows. Price came up and took these highs. See that? So we could do another round here. We can come down here and then come up here. It's fractal. That means it's happening on every time frame. But if you look at this, you'll see that it's really common. You're in one now. Look at this. This speaker here. See this? You're in a speaker now. Speaker in a speaker. So that's the only way they can deliver price. That's game. So other than that, I hope this helps. As far as tomorrow goes, like I mentioned, our objectives are to fill up this imbalance first. It might come and take the low and then come back up, but again, we might come up, watch price, so it might come up and get into, with the news, it'll be able to push the volatility enough to come and balance this price right here, and then it has objectives to go down. I mean, if price came up here, it's sufficient enough to now come down, technically. And it can do it now because it did tap into this imbalance, but at the same time, they might go for it. If they don't, then I'll tell you right now, they're sinking this thing. That's for sure. They're going down. And they're going to come in and take that gap in there, hit this objective on this fib, and then we got some more objectives down here. But, I don't see it coming all the way down there in a like near future, but the goal is at least to take out this low. I know that much. And then smack this gap. Otherwise, price can come down, then come back up, and then will be forming a new lower high, so to speak. All right. So hope this helps. Take care. God bless.